Welcome back to Artists Exposed with Tim Moss. Oh, this is an exciting day. A wonderful show that I've had the pleasure of working with is called Vaude Village. And I am here with the director, GUS FERRARI. Hey.
That's me. Hi. Hey.
And the producer, the fabulous and gorgeous Julia Genoveva.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Exciting.
Thank you very much for including me in Vaude Village. I love this.
You were the first choice ever. I said, let's build a show around him. And I was like, but you were definitely the first choice host and actor, because I love you on stage, whatever you do. So.
And those are two of my favorite things, is, well, singing, acting, and hosting, and you guys let me do all of it.
Like, we want him to do everything on Vaude Village. That's it.
Welcome to Cornelia Street Cafe! My name is Tim Moss, and I will be your host tonight for the very first Vaude Village!
We do.
Well, I thought the name was so clever, Vaude Village, like vaudeville,
right.
But it's held in the village.
There you go. So you're right.
Who came up with the idea?
So I kind of did. Because I always wanted to do a variety show, Vaude, which is, the origin of it was vaudeville. And I'm like, well, it looks like we're going to be doing this all over the village. So Vaude Village, we're bringing vaudeville to the city and specifically to the village. So there. Yeah.
Now, the first time that we did this was at the Cornelia Street Cafe.
Cornelia Street Cafe.
And now we're doing it at Stonewall.
Yes. And Julia deserves all the credit for that, because she's the one running herself crazy and booking all these places and talking to all these.
I'm having fun. I love it.
Yeah,
it's great. Yeah.
And right. So we have a lot of places that we are kind of casing. Like Don't Tell Mama will be one of them. Will be. Not this time around. But Julia can tell you a little bit more about that, because she's the one who books.
Well, I mean, my vision for Vaude Village, I guess touched on it, but it's to take a troupe and take it around New York and beyond, hopefully, and have like a variety of things. Like, for example, with you hosting, and you also have your comedic talent, singing. Every month we have a musical guest.
Yep.
And then to add more to the variety, we have the 3 10-minute comedic plays.
What are we talking? Couch in the apartment dumpster? Or what? Body. Body. Yeah. A body. A heavy one. What kind of body? A dead one. I'm expecting to die in a little while, leave no witnesses all, like concrete shoes, sweeping with the fishes, fingerprints burned off, tongue pulled through a slit through the throat, hanging down like a tie.
Too much TV. You're creeping me out, honestly.
And we just want to take that all over New York. We started at Cornelia Street Cafe. Now we're going to be at Stonewall, which is very exciting. And yes, we're definitely aiming to Don't Tell Mama and
maybe the Duplex, and
so and even upstate. We were thinking of taking it to Nyack. So we have plans for this.
Well,
big
now,
plans.
where can people find out more about it? Like where it will be playing this month, because it's a once a month performance that you're trying to put together.
Well, it's all over my page on Facebook, Julia Genoveva, but I am in the progress of doing a Vaude Village page.
Okay.
But for now, it could be on either my personal page, Julia Genoveva, or also my acting page, my Julia Genoveva fan page.
And also on my Artists Exposed page and on my page as well. You can always check. There will be postings there that'll say where the next Vaude Village is and who the musical guests. We've had Lin-Manuel and at Stonewall.
Yeah, she was amazing. She sang a lot of like show tunes, cabaret style music. So that is a running theme also for like all the Vaude Villages.
And then it's
before you know it, I was moving up there, down Perignon and caviar. A late night, yes sir, brings you good press, sir, and takes a girl pretty far. above the title, or it's not on the dotted line. In the back lots now, I call the shots now, when there's a contract to sign. I'm up in the big time, so I'm always late. I'm up in the big time, so I make them wait. I tell them, oh, let's do lunch. They give them a 1-2 punch. I'm part of the big brass, first class, big time bunch.
And it's Stonewall, the singer.
Her name is Dorothy Dubkowski. I hope I'm saying her last name right, but
Yeah,
yes.
Right, Dorothy Dubkowski. She comes from a gospel background, but she loves lounge music, show tunes,
Good.
cabaret, like blues and everything. So I told them, like, we don't really want to do. We're not ready for gospel yet.
Yeah.
Can you have it?
I'm kidding.
But I'm like, can you do something? She's like, absolutely, I would love to do it.
Good.
She's, as we speak, she's like killing herself trying to divide her time between a play that she's going to be in, that she's rehearsing, and trying to be with us. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate her very much. So it's going to be exciting. And the other thing is that I wanted to touch on is the typical format for Vaude Village was 2-3 short plays and and a musical guest, because that's what we can find right away. But eventually we're going to add any kind of numbers, from burlesque to magicians, ventriloquists, comedians, stand-up, anything, any. So everybody with talent out there, just talk to us, see Tim, and if you have what it takes, absolutely, we'll book you and come work with us and play with us.
Now, how we all met was with Words and Wine, which is FACT, which is Friends
Always creating theater.
Always Creating Theater, FACT. And those were a series of short plays. So this is kind of, in a way, a spin-off of that, or and kind of taking the idea and running with it in a different way.
Yeah. Yes, because I think that's where Gus kind of started thinking about the idea for Words and Wine, even though that was just plays and it was a reading. Yeah, it's a spin-off of that. We were like, oh, we want to do Words and Wine, but add music, but and add a musical guest and this and that. So
I produced Words and Wine, which was a kind of a production under the FACT umbrella for about a year, and I received so many funny plays, and I'm like, these plays should be produced, not just read.
Right.
And that was what we did. The first Vaude Village, I took the three strongest ones that I had read in a long time, and then I'm like, let's do these three and add some music to, and that's a show, because it was like.
You'll be doing the monologue of the second senator?
Aye.
I'm not sure if you know or not, but the second senator in Cymbeline is the shortest scripted role ever in Shakespeare.
Aye.
It only consists of one word.
Aye.
The word I.
Aye.
Oh! It appears that you've played the second senator before.
Aye.
Many times before.
Aye.
In fact, it's the only role you've ever played.
Aye.
Let's skip your monologue for now. Is that okay?
Aye.
Let's move on straight ahead with a scene.
Aye.
I think you'd work well together, don't you?
Aye.
Let me be blunt. That's the way I am. I like to be upfront with people. I sense that you're the same way.
Aye.
Good.
And it makes such a nice flow. It's such a wonderful night out. It's a great night and it's original and fresh idea because, again, you have a little bit of comedy, you have music, and then you have 3 completely different short plays that are usually no more than 10 minutes long, and they're very entertaining.
yes, we definitely want to keep the night fun and filled with laughter, and especially in these like challenging times that we're living. I think that's much needed, and we want to provide it.
Yeah.
And we thought it would be a nice, we didn't want to drag it for like hours and hours. I mean, it would be great to have like a longer show, but I think the length of the show, just you go, you have a few drinks, you have a few laughs.
Yeah.
You're there for about an hour or so, hour and a half, and you can go on with your night and paint the town.
And you're
Party.
pleasantly entertained.
Entertained, and yes, and like I said, it doesn't. The show just moves fast, and I think that's one of the strengths of it.
And because the thing that I really appreciate about this too is, again, the combination of things, because usually people will go out to a club or a cabaret club and it will be to watch someone sing, or to go out to a comedy club and watch somebody get up and tell jokes, or to go to the theater and watch plays. Whereas this has all of those in one presentation, and you never know what to expect and what's coming next, and it moves so quickly that the audience doesn't have time to get bored.
Exactly. Yes.
And yes, and on that note also, because time goes by so fast and people are having fun and they order an appetizer and have a few drinks, what we experienced with our first Vaude Village was that people stayed.
Yeah.
They didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
We stayed, we continued talking, we talked about the show, this, that, the other thing, so it just continued. Yeah.
So be sure to keep an eye out for the next Vaude Village. And again, check Julia Genoveva's page, GUS FERRARI on your page.
I stay more in the directing
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, even though I'll be on the stage too. But I'm not as good as Julia as far as promoting and coming up with all these creative ways of just like getting the word out there.
Yeah.
I'll do the graphic, the promotional material. Like I'll do the programs, the posters, but don't get me.
But see, that's what I love, is everybody kind of pitches in and does what they can to try to make the best show possible.
And I have to add that the cast that we have is extrememly talented.
And dedicated. Too.
And very dedicated and very diverse. I mean, all our plays are comedic, but there's a lot of different situations. And for example, like in the first Vaude Village, we have them do multiple roles, and each role is different from the next, and they make it very funny, very fresh. So we're lucky to have such a great cast.
Why did she leave me?
I told you, you are a knife. She was a spoon. It would have never worked.
We were so cozy together in the silverware drawer. The world was our oyster.
Well, now the kitchen sink is your oyster. Okay, get used to it.
But I've been here for days. Doesn't this guy ever wash the dishes?
Not too often, pal. I could be the first sponge to go on welfare. Pal, the other night he came in drunk as hell. He thought the kitchen sink was the toilet. Let me tell you, I may be a sponge, but sometimes being absorbent ain't always a good thing. And this guy, he believes in the weirdest things too. He heard somewhere that zapping a sponge in the microwave will get rid of bacteria.
Well, did it work?
Well, yeah, but now we can have kids.
What's down there?
Hey, kid, stay out of that, okay? You don't want to go in there. It ain't pretty. That's the grinder. This guy stuck a wooden spoon in there, it came back as a toothpick. Hey, you idiot! The light switch is over there!
Oh my God, how horrible!
Are you all right?
Yes. I'll be okay. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, I didn't
No.
do anything.
Yes, he did. I saw it myself. It was very heroic. Sharpest knife in the drawer.
With us.
Definitely, that is. We have a very strong cast in the sense that you can throw these actors, including yourself, any role, any part, and they'll just pull it off. I mean, I don't need to like cast someone from somewhere else because nobody else can play this part. Everybody in the cast can play a variety. They can get into the part and create the character. So it's awesome to be to work with people like that.
I agree.
You're very lucky, and please come and check out Vaude Village.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a wonderful night out, so keep an eye out for Vaude Village. And once again, the director is the fabulous GUS FERRARI.
Thank you. What else can I add to that?
It's all true, all true. And our producer is the fabulous and gorgeous Julia Genoveva.
Thank you. And also, I would like to add my email in case anyone wants to keep in touch with me. It's juliagenoveva@gmail.com. So that's very easy to remember. Any info?
Spell Genoveva.
Genoveva.
Okay. Genoveva.
@gmail.com.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you for taking a couple minutes and sitting down. I really appreciate that.
Anytime. Thank you so much, Tim.
Anytime.
Vaude Village.
And